What's going on, everyone? So, I wanted to make this video to kind of give a warning to people because we got some information, right? And that information could potentially lead to spoiling who Ghostface is or one of the Ghostface are. I'm going to tell you what that information is in a moment. I just want to kind of prep people because, again, now that the film has finished, right? A lot of spoilers, a lot of details, things like that are going to come out that are going to ruin the movie for some. Not everybody cares. A lot of people don't care about spoilers. I'm a content creator. It comes with the territory, unfortunately, right? Like, you get details. At some point, I've had, as much as I've tried to avoid it, I've had pretty much every Scream movie ruined for me at some point. Scream has done a good job of that on its own. I mean, Scream 5 showed you who the killers were in the trailer. So they do a great job of spoiling it themselves. But, now that the film, like, there's been a lot of spoilers and potential things and, rumors and stuff like that. But all of that stuff is, everything's a rumor until it's actually official. But there now is going to be things that are probably going to come out that are actual details and actual things that happen in the film that are more likely not going to be confirmed because, again, they filmed it, right? Like, so we're going to know. And, so be wary of, like, Reddit and, X and all these other things and even other content creators, right? I'll always give you a warning. I will always give you a heads up and let you know, like, hey, I'm about to dive into a spoiler. I'm about to talk into a spoiler or whatever, right? Not everyone gives you that courtesy. Not everyone is willing to do that. So if you're somebody that doesn't want to hear anything, make sure you're doing your due diligence because you're responsible for yourself, right? You're responsible for, you can't control other people. You can control what you intake. So just keep that in mind. Be wary of that. But I have to explain this piece of information. It's nothing crazy. It's not anything that will ruin the movie for anybody. It's not like a major spoiler like the killer is or anything like that. It's nothing that is going to take away from the film, but it is still something that I need to explain in order to get the main point across about Ghostface, because you might end up having Ghostface spoiled later on down the road because of this new key detail. So I have to explain the detail that doesn't spoil anything just to be able to explain to you how it could get spoiled later on. If that makes sense. So if you don't want to hear any details, right, then now's your chance to click off. I'll give you a second. Again, it's nothing major, but 3, 2, 1. All right. So we got word from Craven Something Scary. Shout out to my guy. That a ghost face will be revealed in an open setting, right? Now we don't know what type, like, what is that open setting? Is it in a backyard or, or is it, is it at, there's like a bar and stuff like that? Is it at the bar? Like, again, we don't know. Is it like outside of the bar? Is it in a park? Right? Like, there's a million ways that they can go. But, and again, we don't know this for certain, but I want people to be cautious. If there is a reveal scene that is in an open setting, right? Hopefully they did it behind closed doors, right? Hopefully they filmed whatever that is in, a studio and they just built the set rather than it being at a park, right? And they filmed it at that park and somebody with the cell phone is able to capture that. Be very cautious because it is very possible that because there is a ghost face that is going to reveal themselves in an open setting, that they filmed that in an open setting. Therefore, it could lead to somebody else that is not the studio capturing pictures or video of that film and sharing it on the internet, spoiling it for many others. I would hope that the studio and the people that are doing this did their due diligence and made sure that this doesn't happen, but you also never know, right? We have seen lots of set images and leaks and videos and stuff over the years, not just for Scream, but for other franchises, period. So I can see something like that happening. Now, keep in mind, as this information kind of gets more and more public, right, that, hey, there's going to be a Ghostface revealed in an open setting, there is going to be a lot of people that fake it, right? There's going to be a lot of people that make fake, images, especially now with AI and the tech and stuff like that. Like, you can make fake videos and all kinds of things. So there's probably going to be that running rampant on the internet of, oh, here, the killer is this person. And it's just like, a fake image, or it's a fake video or whatever. But there's also a very good chance that it's not fake, and it's not a fake image, and it's not a fake anything, and it is real. And now we have Ghostface spoiled, right? I mean, Scream 5 spoiled who both killers were in the trailer, right? You saw Sam brutally stabbing Richie in the trailer, and it was like, okay, either A, Sam's the killer, but she's supposed to be main killer or main character, so unless they're doing a Jill 2.0, it's her boyfriend Richie, right? Because why else would she just be attacking him brutally? And then we saw Amber in the kitchen lit on fire, right? And it was like, okay, again, they're not doing that unless she is the killer, right? Like, so again, it's just those kinds of things. Or Ghostface lit her on fire, right? And then lo and behold, it was Richie and Amber. So again, and Scream 5 swore up and down, oh, it's all misdirection. None of it is accurate. None of it is this, that, and the other. And guess what? It all turned out to be accurate. So not only do you have to worry about the studio spoiling stuff for you, but you also have to worry about, just people out there spoiling it. And like I said, I will always give you a warning before we get into it. I do a lot of theories. I do a lot of ideas, my ideas that I'm just like, hey, what about this? What do you think about this? Do a lot of just fun conversational videos. But I always let you know, like, hey, it's a theory. Like, this is just my idea. I don't know if this will happen or anything. Sure. Do some of the theories turn out to be right? Sure. Do some of them, most of them turn out to be wrong. When you do 100 theories, you're going to have, one or two of them be right. Right. But they're just my ideas. I don't have the information. I don't have like an inside source or anything like that. I just report the information that's out there and give my opinion on it. But if it is something that even potentially could be a spoiler, I've even made theory videos that I'm like, hey, this is an educated guess. So it could more like if I think it's something that is more likely than not probably going to happen, I'll still give you a warning. Like, hey, this isn't a spoiler, but it could happen type thing. Not everyone is kind enough to do that. A lot of people get kicks out of spoiling things for you. So again, you're always going to be responsible for your own intake and what you take and what you consume. So, make sure you're doing your due diligence and holding up your side of things. Because, again, you don't want the movie to be spoiled if you're somebody like that. I know a lot of people don't care. I'm somebody that I don't really care too much, right? I'm always going to see the movie regardless, but there are a lot of people that do. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? What are your thoughts? You agree with me? Disagree with me? Mixed in the middle? Love to hear it either way. Let me know down in the comments. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.